Hello there, and welcome back to the Korean server of Trickcal. We have a new character that I did want to make a video to check her skills. I haven't seen yet how she works. I did got lucky enough to get her early after a couple multis. This is Nicole. It's an elemental that, as you guys can see, it's a film director. Now, elementals have changed quite a bit in the Korean server as far as I know. I don't get the full lore, but from my understanding they don't have to be pure elementals now, a pure element. They can be born from different objects, and so, well, we have the film elemental with Nicole. All right, that said, without getting too much in the lore, let's actually go into this character to see what she does, her journey, if it's worth or if it might be a nice character to be waiting for in 30 years when we get her in global. And as usual, remember that the Korean server is only a reference more than anything. Nicole, it's right here. It's an elemental. It's backline physical DPS for the composed team, Blue Girls. On global, we don't stop getting right now red girls, mad girls, and then here we're getting a bunch of composed ones. So, for her skin and for her design, I love her design a lot. I think she looks really nice with the film coming out of her pockets, with the hair also like burning, like if it was like old film, etc. Even with the cap on the side that you can still see the hair, it looks really nice. I like her quite a bit. She has also a pretty nice skin, which is the old lady making kimchi skin. I think the skin is 10 out of 10, not gonna lie, okay? This is like the neighborhood aunt making kimchi at home, okay? 10 out of 10. I will be buying this for sure. But those are her skins and her base design, nothing else. I don't think they added any other skins on this patch. There is this one for Ui that I think I already showed. It's really cool, but I think I already showed the one. So I don't think there's anything else for this patch cosmetic-wise. That said, let's jump directly into her kit to see if it's a nice character or how she's looking in terms of meta usage. I forgot where she is again. Sorry, Nicole, I should have stayed on your page. And I am always blind trying to find characters in this game. There she is. So we're gonna be going into the Korean wiki because I don't have the skills translated myself, obviously. I don't want to have, information until it's confirmed, just in case it's wrong. And also, the translations are always a little bit hard, at least when it's Google translated, right? It's like you should not be fully trusting those. That said, let's zoom in a little bit. Let's make this smaller. And we will be going into the skill page so we can see the animations as well. So translate to English, and we have the freshman skill, Super Genius Director. Within a designated range, it summons a lead actor to the enemy in the center, increasing damage taken from nearby enemies and dealing AoE physical damage 5 times. Deals greater damage on the final hit. Sadly, they do not have the values, which is kind of annoying, but we can see them here. So I assume this is going to be like, 330 extra on the last hit and then 660 per hit. By the way, also pretty fun, but the lead actor is Blanchett, so that's also pretty nice, right? She's like, oh, let me summon a nice actor right here. At level 10, this is going to be a 1200. And then on the last hit, an extra 600. I'm assuming this is like an extra 600 on the last hit. Again, we don't know yet. But seems to be pretty decent values, until at least in the percentage-wise. So that is pretty nice. It feels like 0 utility, right? Because there is nothing else. It's just like damage taken, which is great. It seems to be a 20% damage taken for 6 seconds. But it doesn't seem to be anything else, like no extra utility. So it seems to be purely a DPS. Then we have her senior skill, 40-second cooldown. Within a designated range, flies to the enemy in the center, dealing AoE physical damage and stuns them. After the attack ends, the player returns to the casting position and recovers their SP. Okay, that's a lot better. While flying towards and returning to the enemy, you are not targeted and become invincible. That is pretty nice. So basically, you will go... What the fuck? She's like Erpin. She throws herself, but it's like a film in this case, and she's invincible while she's doing this, going back and forth, which is nice in contrast to other characters who are not invincible while they're doing this. Like for example, Chopin, when she's going back and forth, she's not invincible and she gets killed a lot, right? A lot. When it comes to the percentage, because they are not here sadly, we're talking about 625% of damage. I assume this 5-second duration is for the stun itself, and the SP recovery is 400. So pretty nice, honestly. For a DPS... Oh! No! I'm a retard. Well, it is what it is. I never level up characters here. Well, level 10 Nicole senior skill that I will never use. It is what it is. And then we have the normal attack, which is just normal basic physical damage on the basic, and the enhanced version at regular intervals releases charisma to increase the damage dealt by nearby allies. So a 10% damage increase for 6 seconds to every ally that's close to her with this one right here. Okay, so it's a nice extra buff, extra damage. Always welcome. We don't say no to that. She also has some extra utility on her senior between the stun and the SP recovery for herself. The SP recovery is only for herself, so it's not as great. And also the damage itself does not look impressive on the senior. It's a 40-second cooldown on a 625% damage. Does not look impressive for a DPS. But then again, you know, I haven't seen her in action on meta yet, so I cannot speak much on that. Her freshman looks a lot better, that's for sure. So that's for her normal kit. Let's actually have a look at her journey as well, because there is the aside here, the Nicole signature slate. Obviously, oh wait, they don't have the explanations? Oh my god. What's going on, NamuWiki? What is going on here, NamuWiki? I guess we will have to go to our favorite friend, Google Translate. My tiny discipline on set. The damage increase value. Oh my god, I hate Google Translate for these things. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes it's so hard to understand what's going on. Okay, so I assume this is related to the freshman skill. It's increased the damage value. Okay, so instead of 1200, it's gonna be double. That is pretty nice on the freshman right here. And the duration is increased as well. The duration, what are we talking when it comes to the duration though? How long she's summoning Blanchett? Probably. Most likely. Okay. So that's the first thing. The freshman skill creates a trail of intense smoke for a certain period after the final hit, which is going to be dealing extra physical damage 5 times to enemies on the trail of smoke. Alright, so it's going to be increasing the damage of the freshman skill. It's also going to be creating a smoke after this finishes that will be dealing even more AoE damage. Right? Increasing the duration as well. And then right here, increased damage taken is 10 seconds. This smoke will be lasting 4 seconds only, and the AoE per second is going to be 200, I assume, of attack. All right. It is both for the freshman skill. Her senior does not look impressive when it comes to like what she's doing, and the jamming does not change anything in here. Also because the stun in a lot of bosses might not be good because they are immune to it, so it's like but I do like her enhanced version with the attack buff. I do like her freshman quite a bit. Sadly, I wasted a lot of resources on that skill right now. It is what it is. Yeah, I wasted a lot of resources. I'm gonna have to farm again for my green girls. It is what it is. That said, I'm not super sold on her kit, or at least compared to like other blue girls currently, even on the Korean server. If we're talking about the Korean server, there are plenty of really nice blue girls. Obviously, the Eldins tend to be the strongest ones, right? Like, we're talking about the Diana is usually the one who's going to be carrying you as a DPS, but I'm not sold on her kit as a DPS, even more so with how many options usually there are. Even more so on global, which you know, every character coming out in global for blue has to compete with Elena, which is stupid character for no reason. So not super sold. I do like her design a lot, so I wouldn't mind her coming early to global, but I highly doubt we will be getting her anytime soon. That said, that's basically everything for this overview on Nicole. A cute, composed girl. If you guys are playing on the Korean server, do let me know if you did pull for her. I don't think I will be building her because in this account I'm only building my green waifus. That's it. That's everything for this one. As usual, we are live almost every single day. You guys have the links in the description down below. Good luck with your pool, the internet, and I'll see you in the next one.